And then just looking at some recent events that we've had, obviously throughout the fall, we've had quite a few events here in Illinois, including some junior college showcases or scout days. So I think we can kind of go around the horn here and each take a guy, talk through some players that we've seen at recent events. So I'll let you guys kind of start it off if you just want to get in on a player.
It doesn't matter what event we go to here.
Nah, just kind of throw it around. Let's just
all right. I'll go to Lincoln Trail because that was last week. Owen Strahl, freshman there from Lake Zurich, he showed some really, really loud tools. He was a 6'9" runner, but he was up to 105 miles an hour for the EV. He's always been really strong, but he averaged 99 in this round. It was the loudest round of the day. He's gotten even more physical. He was already physical in high school, but he was probably the biggest winner from me from that day.
That's awesome. So Owen Strahl, Lake Zurich, it just kind of pops in my head here. These guys from Lake Zurich that just graduated and are making an impact at JUCO, like Josh Marzik. I want to say he was up to like 93, 94 at the Puma Classic. So little Lake Zurich nugget. They got a new head coach up there, Derek Parola, taking over for Mike Mano. So that'll be a program that I'm excited to follow here. And I know Gavin, like you probably had some history with Coach Parola at Illinois State. But getting his first gig in the high school level, big fan of Derek and what he does and what he stands for, and excited to see what he can do there with the Lake Zurich program. They've got a lot of talent still coming through that program with the Carson Hamlins of the world and Alex Toth and some others. Well, Pete, you just talked about somebody from Lincoln Trail. I'm going to keep bouncing around. You guys can bounce around. We've had a busy fall. You guys have seen a ton of JUCO stuff. We've ran our 3 October events at the Max. We ran a St. Louis Fall ID. We had a Chicagoland Fall ID. But unsigned senior, and felt bad for him because at the Illinois State games kind of tweaked the hamstring. Could not participate after kind of the mini workout day that he had. But Cameron Alcan from Nazareth came to the unsigned senior. He's made an impact on that Nazareth program now for like the last 2-3 years. From all accounts, is an outstanding individual, human being, someone to root for, and just once again had a strong showing. I think he's one of the top guys on the board. 90 from the outfield, pretty physical right-handed swing. And that's just a guy, if you're a school out there still looking for a guy, definitely make sure you check out Cam Alcan.
Yeah, really good shout out there. I'm going to bounce to the Joliet Junior College Scout Day we just did on Friday. Daniel O'Malley from Andrew. He's a 2023 grad. Looks like he was at St. Xavier to start off, but he was up to 91.5, 92. In his pen with big spin over 2,600 with carry traits like 18.4 IVB, spinning a banger breaking ball too, like 2,800, showing a slider around 2,700. It was just really loud altogether. Really dynamic 3-pitch mix, like they're all doing something different and they're all pretty electric. So that was a really, really loud showing.
Yeah, I'll hop in here. The St. Louis Fall ID, there's a few Illinois guys that pops, but Tyler Mertens from Highland in 2028 from Highland gave a good two-way performance. On the mound, he was up to 80-81 from the left side. And then also at the plate, he was 92.6 max EV with a max distance of 348. Really athletic actions all throughout in the outfield. Really interesting.
From that same event, right-handed pitcher Matt Morris is a 2028 from Triad. He's one of the top 2028 arms in that class. We have him ranked in our most recent update, but he's a clean mover on the mound. It's really easy. It's really loose. It's repeatable. And after the event, I was talking to Drew. I kind of compared him in terms of the competitiveness and his ability to throw strikes with his 3 pitches to Anderson Kaufman, another one of those top arms in that 2028 class from the Southern Illinois area. But at this event, Morris sat in the low 80s throughout, and then he showed a quality changeup and curveball as well that he was throwing for strikes most of the time. So one to keep an eye on there, and one we've been following for about a year now.
I've got a couple guys that I can talk about from Sunday's event, the class of 2027 showcase. Jackson Roberts from Barrington was probably my favorite position player from the day. 2027, really like the swing. It's athletic. He's got a lot of room to grow physically too. He's pretty lean, and like a trim, athletic build. He can build strength there. 6'7" runner, but I like the swing clean. Like, there's more to come there, but a real defender on the dirt. Like, he'll stay up the middle at the next level. He's got some arm strength, and really confident hands. So he stood out. And then Hunter McGrath from Lyle, another 2027. We have him at 126 in the state, and we can look up maybe Jackson Roberts. I know he's ranked as well, but Hunter McGrath, 126. He was up to 86 with good spin on the fastball, kind of around 2,300, and then showing 2,300 on the curveball and 2,500 on the slider. So, and he also showed a changeup. So 4-pitch mix. And he also decided to run the 60. He ran a sub-7. He was 6'9", 8. So just a good athlete there.
All right, well, let me get in on Augie Bugger here, St. Louis Fall ID again, another guy there that showed well. Outfielder from Triad, Coach Bugger at Triad's nephew, but really liked the left-handed swing. It was really easy, and it was repeatable. He hit a homer to the right field side during his round of BP, 90-mile-an-hour max EV, and just like the frame, again, just a loose, easy swing that I think will continue to get better.
One other guy I like from unsigned senior, there was plenty to kind of take note of, whether it's, Hayden Ralston from Galesburg. I thought he took a really physical, intentful round of BP from the right-hand side. But Andres Aguirre from Lindblom, he was at the Illinois State games, and I like the way he defends. Like, once again, if you're looking for a guy that can stay up the middle of the field, like, he's got the actions. I like the glove hand. It's really soft and confident, enough arm strength. It's 83 across. And it's a, barrel control, line drive type of guy at the plate. That was one that just stood out for me. It's hard, in the Midwest, like, it's hard to find guys that can truly play up the middle of the infield. And then especially when you're looking at that 2026 class, going into their final fall, like guys that are still available, I think he's got to be a guy to take note of if you're still looking for an infielder.
Yeah, Drew, you've liked him for a long time. I remember seeing him, was that probably the Lockport ID? It was one of the...
He's been to a couple, I give him some credit, yeah.
Yeah, the very first time we saw him was one of the Bow Domes, and I remember you talking about him, really liking him on the dirt, so...
And for him, like, he's just one of those guys that, as he gets older and he gets stronger, more physically advanced, it's only going to help his overall game. Like, I think he's still pretty far away from where he's going to be, and that strength's only going to, make it a little more impactful with the bat. He's a 7.10 runner, so like he's getting pretty close there to being that sub-7 type guy. But he ranges really well. Like, he's got a lot of body control on the move, and he's got some fluidity to him. So just, one guy to call out there from the unsigned senior.
I'll hop in on Jacob Becker really fast. Jacob's kid, and he's a 2027. He just took a really good round of BP at the class of 2027 showcase. Was all over the barrel, like with some hard lifted contact at times and line drives, like average in the 90s. It was just a round that I felt like I had to mention.
Kind of sticking on that similar trend then there, Pete. Troy Neff was an infielder from, I think he told me it's actually Gibbo Catholic. I think we've been pronouncing it Gibalt or Gibalt, but he was talking to me, and I think it's Gibbo Catholic. But he's a 2027, just a quality round of BP at the St. Louis Fall ID. Consistent on the barrel, 90-mile-an-hour max EV, and then he averaged 85 miles an hour.
One other guy from unsigned senior, just looking at some traits here, and a guy that I wasn't very familiar with, just like raise my hand. Jonathan, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but Jonathan Chance from St. Viator. It's actually Tschanz. He ran a 6.86, and it's a physical bat, like 352 max distance, 95.9 max exit velocity. So to find a guy that runs like that has a little middle of the order type of thump to him, and then too, you watch the swing, and it's really balanced. It's really simple. Lets the ball travel. Like, he's not jumping out to get it. He's not trying to, everything he's got in the swing and hitting everything pull side. Like, it looks like a very polished, mature type of approach.
I'll hop in there as well for unsigned senior. Another physical left-handed bat from the outfield, Aiden Wilden from Caneland. Another guy ran a 6.86. Once again, physical left-handed bat. Average 95.3 exit velocity, max out at 98.4. Really physical outfielder to keep an eye on in that 26 class.